Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2004 NR2003 season championship race here at Homestead. We got a quick look at our championship 4 before we begin today's race. Of course, Jimmy Johnson comes in the favorite, 4-time winner, your regular season champion, led over 1,000 laps, is the heavy favorite to win the title this season. Ryan Newman comes into his second straight championship 4 with a 4-win season. He's been strong in this. He's earned the most points of anybody in the playoffs. And, of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. looking to complete the Earnhardt story with a championship today with 3 wins in his first ever Final Four. And then the young driver, Jamie McMurray, for Chip Ganassi Racing, your Coke 600 winner in his first ever championship 4 appearance, has been oh so consistent. Which one of these 4 will win the championship? We are about to find out as we go to the track for the Homestead Miami Speedway as the green flag is getting ready to be dropped. Welcome to the Ford 400 here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. We're going to decide a champion today in the final race of our 2004 season. Greg Biffle starts on the pole alongside Jeff Gordon, who is a few points short of making the championship 4. Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr., Jamie McMurray all in a row. 3rd, 5th, and 7th, and a few rows back of them is Ryan Newman starting at 13th as we are green and underway here in the season finale at Homestead Miami Speedway as Biffle leads us off into turn 1 for the first time tonight here in Homestead. Who will be our champion? We are about to find out as Biffle driving away now from Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson as he's cleared down the back straight of the lead. Johnson and Gordon side by side for second, 2 teammates with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jamie McMurray, other championship 4 contenders right there behind Jimmy Johnson, chasing him down as he go through 3 and 4 the first time today. Biffle's going to be clear. Looks like he's going to lead the opening lap of racing here. That 16 car trying to get his 3rd win of the season as Biffle leads the way here at Homestead Miami Speedway. The opening lap of racing. And now we're 3 wide for second. Earnhardt Jr. sends it to the inside, trying to take the championship lead from Jimmy Johnson. Can't quite do it. Gordon secures second. Johnson now clear for 3rd, and Stewart will now clear junior as Tony Stewart drives into 4th. Of course, he has been so good here at Homestead Miami. 3 wins at this racetrack already in his career. Trying to get a 4th here tonight. But it's Biffle leading the way. Gordon 2nd. Johnson is 3rd. Stewart's there in 4th. Earnhardt Jr. lurking in 5th. As they work their way down the front stretch, 2 laps down, is still Biffle in the lead, driving away from Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, the Hendrick teammates. Johnson trying to secure that championship lead here early in this opening stage. Of course, Junior seems to be chasing him down. McMurray, Newman stuck back in traffic. Seems to be the 48 and the 8, the 2 Chevrolets right now in control of the championship as they work their way through 3 and 4 here. Biffle leading the way, Gordon 2nd, Johnson 3rd, who's leading the championship, then Stewart 4th, and Earnhardt in 5th. As Biffle leads the opening few laps of racing here at Homestead. Now we want to caution that's come out because Ryan Newman, championship contender Newman, is out. He has crashed out of the race on lap 45. Newman is out, and he's out of this race and out of the championship for the 2nd straight season, joining the 4 of Mike Wallace in the garage. A shame for Newman, as once again he will be denied a title in the final race of the season. Last season, he was so strong going into the Final Four, but then had an absolute just horrible car, could not contend at all. And now this season, again, he did as we're 4 wide, by the way, for second right now. Harvick running all covers. Ricky Rudd goes a 21 and run into Harvick. They're crashing into the wall. Hard goes Kevin Harvick and Ricky Rudd. Here at Homestead Miami, championship contenders Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson narrowly avoid season-ending disasters as Ricky Rudd gets hooked by Rusty Wallace, takes out last season's defending champion Kevin Harvick, whose, of course, defense has already come to an end after the first round of the playoffs. So the reigning champion is out of this race, almost on top of the catch fence. A hard hit there for Kevin Harvick. You see here as we get the full view, Rusty Wallace just clipped Ricky Rudd. Look at how close Earnhardt was to getting involved in that. My goodness, by the slimmest of margins, Dale Jr. keeps his championship hopes alive as Ricky Rudd and Kevin Harvick crash here at Homestead. There's a 30 Jeff Burton coming out of the pits, merging back onto the racetrack behind us. What's going on there? As we go into 3 and 4, there's Mayfield gets turned in the wall with Jeff Burton. More chaos into turn 3 here at Homestead. As Jeff Burton merged on the track, he got hooked by Matt Kenseth right into Jeremy Mayfield, who, of course, is a 2-time winner this season and was leading the way, who was doing pretty good. And, of course, in round of 8, did not make the change of 4, had a great season going, but now gets taken out here with the lap car of Jeff Burton at Homestead. They are done for the day. But at the front of the field, it is Greg Biffle leading the race, and now it'll be Jeff Gordon and Scott Wimmer leading us back to green on the restart here on lap 51. But if you look behind us, the 42 of Jamie McMurray, our 2nd championship contender with an issue tonight, for some reason, just pitted as we're going green. That's more than likely going to cost McMurray a lap on the racetrack. So now Jeff Gordon and Scott Wimmer battle side by side for the race lead here, as Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson now are basically the two left fighting it out for this title right now, as Ryan Newman crashes out and Jamie McMurray just made a pit stop unscheduled. And it's going to be on the verge of going one lap down. You see him coming out of the pits there. But Jeff Gordon will lead the way on this restart here. Homestead over Bobby Labonte now. We move on right there to lap 70. As we look throughout the pack here, you got Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading the championship standings, running in third. The battle for the lead is on between the stage win between Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart. We have 6 to go in stage 1. Gordon, Stewart side by side for the stage win and for the lead. Who is going to prevail? Two of the drivers who were so close to going to back-to-back championship 4s but could not escape that treacherous round of 8. Jeff Gordon was, incredibly close for the drive for 5, but not quite. Gordon leads, Stewart second. Jeff Gordon now with the advantage. 5 to go on the stage. He's trying to prevail over Stewart, who's running outside that high line of the racetrack. Huge run through the corner for Tony Stewart right there. Watch out for the lap car. Jeff Green going to get in the way. Gordon makes it work. Pinches, it gets Stewart pinned behind the lap car of Jeff Green, and Jeff Gordon will now take the lead away over Tony Stewart here at Homestead on lap 71. There's a couple of laps left to go in this opening stage of racing. There's a 42 of McMurray right there behind him. He's the first car one lap down, trying to unlap himself right now. He has to get by both Stewart and Gordon here before the caution to get back in the game, as Gordon barely blocking Tony Stewart right there. The racing is aggressive and it is incredible here for the lead at Homestead. There's Jimmy Johnson back there running in 7th. Earnhardt running in 3rd, but under fire from Kurt Busch right now. Stewart right on Jeff Gordon's back. Where's he going? 3-4. He gets right to his quarter panel as they go through the center of the corner. Gordon goes a little bit high. Stewart peaks low. And here comes Stewart once again for the lead. Trying to get the stage. When he gets to the inside of Gordon, Gordon currently prevailing. Now 3 to go in stage 1. As they barrel off into 1 and 2. Gordon's going to take the position from Tony Stewart. And Gordon to the lead here in Homestead late in stage 1 over Tony Stewart with that pass right there. And now on to 2 to go in the stage. Sorry, last half of the stage now is Gordon leads. Stewart's there in second, but he's under fire from the lap car. Jamie McMurray, who's a championship contender, trying to fight his way back into it. He's got to get by Stewart and then throw it in that corner to beat Jeff Gordon. We'll see if he can. I don't think he's got enough to get to Jeff Gordon and get around him here in the final corner. He's going to slow down Stewart, and he doesn't have the pace to do it. McMurray's going to be trapped a lap down as Jeff Gordon will win stage 1 here at Homestead. Stewart is second, Earnhardt third, Kurt Busch fourth, Biffle 5th, Martin 6th, Johnson 7th, Labonte 8th, Brendan Gaughan 9th, and Rusty Wallace runs here top 10 here at Homestead. Jeff Gordon's your stage 1 winner. Now we get back underway here on lap 80 in stage number 2. Jeff Gordon, Ricky Rudd, your front row as we're back underway. Dale Jr. buried way deep in traffic after some pit stop woes. He's going to get his way back up there. And, of course, we got Jimmy Johnson now back in the championship lead in that 48. Right now running in 10th place. Scott Riggs 3 wide with Jeff Gordon. Sterling Martin through turn 1. Ricky Rudd clear for the lead, but they are 3 wide behind him. Some incredible racing going on right now at Homestead. Marlon Riggs, Jeff Gordon, who comes? We're 4 wide for 5th place. This is unbelievable here. Look at Jeff Gordon ripping the high side of the racetrack. He's got a big run on the outside of Ricky Rudd looking for the lead. We are 4 wide, 5 rows deep throughout the pack. Unbelievable racing here at Homestead. Jeff Gordon, though, prevails into the race lead, and Gordon's going to start driving away once again. That 24 car is on rails today. And now we are once again 4 wide down the backstretch. Kurt Busch, Brendan Gaughan, Marlon Labonte. There's the 48, Jimmy Johnson pushing his way through Bobby Labonte, trying to get up to get that best track position to hold off Earnhardt Jr., doing whatever it takes to win a championship. But he's got to keep the big picture in mind and not take himself out of the race, trying to fight for the win instead of the championship. It's most important. Now we're 4 wide with Earnhardt Jr. back here right in the middle of the mess with Nemechek and Rusty Wallace, trying to forge his way back through the pack after a bad pit stop. Back up into contention here as he makes the pass by Rusty and Kenny Wallace. Now he's side by side with Joe Nemechek down the back straightaway. Earnhardt racing for his life, trying to complete the Earnhardt story to become a champion just 3 years after the tragic passing of his father, Dale Earnhardt. As it's still Jeff Gordon leading the race, but Jimmy Johnson currently leading the championship. Now a caution has come out as we get back underway here on lap 102. Can't find out why. Scott Wimmer will lead us back to the green flag alongside Brian Vickers. Johnson, Gordon, Earnhardt, Stewart, all the contenders pitted. A lot of guys stayed out. It's a lot of different strategies being played here at Homestead in the second stage for track position. Look at Earnhardt Jr. up the middle with the help of his damaged lap car teammate Michael Waltrip, who's blocking Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson. Gets Jr. the first car on fresh tires. A brilliant DEI teamwork. We're 5 wide through turn 4 at Homestead. My God, what is happening? We are 5 wide through the corner. They somehow didn't wreck. Now we're 4 wide down the front stretch. What is happening here in Homestead? Possibly one of the greatest Homestead races we have ever seen in the history of this racetrack. This is unbelievable. As Michael Walter lap car just continues to drop like a rock through the field. There's Jimmy Johnson there chasing down his Hendrick teammate Jeff Gordon, following him through the pack, trying to get back up to the 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is still leading the way of cars on fresh tires, now going underneath Kenny Wallace for 5th place. Look at how quick Earnhardt has sliced and diced his way to the front. Here at Homestead, Vickers and Wimmer still battle out for the lead down the backstretch. Edwards is 3rd, Mark Martin 4th, Kenny Wallace 5th, Earnhardt 6th, as Scott Wimmer will lead the way. Here at Homestead Miami, leading, he has had 1 lap led all season coming into today. Now he's leading a couple here at the front with Vickers, 2 rookies. Fighting out the front of the field, Matt Kenseth just threw Bobby Labonte up the racetrack there with some big contact. They save it. We stay green through the corner, come out there, and force some contact. The 97 to Kurt Busch gets sent to the inside wall. Kurt Busch slams the inside wall off of the bumper of Jeff Gordon. A near disaster coming out of turn 4 for the 97. And Kurt Busch, he gets hooked and he somehow saves it only with he's still got a pretty hard hit there to the right side of that, the left side of that car, the inside wall. But we can stay green. Now lap 126. Earnhardt Jr. is trying to get by Brendan Gaughan and Greg Biffle behind Stewart. There goes Biffle, gets sent by Brendan Gaughan. Now Biffle saves it. Oh my God, what a save. Keeps his foot in it. Still 3 wide for 3rd place off into turn 2. Unbelievable. Greg Biffle, the talent that took to save that thing and keep his foot in it, almost wrecked. Now we get back into on lap 138. Stewart and Biffle lead the way, but another championship contender has fallen out of the race. This time it's Jimmy Johnson, who has crashed out with Morgan Shepherd. They have wrecked out of this race, and now with just 30 to go in stage 2, that leaves Dale Earnhardt Jr., the only championship contender on the lead lap, and Jamie McMurray is currently 1 lap down, as Johnson's incredible season for the 48 team will come to an end here at Homestead after being the regular season champion, 4-time winner this season. He will finish 3rd in the final season standings after a DNF here at Homestead, eerily similar to the 2002 championship where all 4 Final 4 drivers crashed out. Matt Kenseth won by default as the last surviving car. Now another caution's come out because Kenny Wallace has crashed out with Casey Kane. So here we are on lap 154. Mark Martin and Scott Wimmer leading the pack. The strategy continuing to be a huge factor to finish this race. So Mark Martin now clear for the lead. Wimmer, Vickers side by side for second. Tony Stewart, Dale Jr. trying to work their way through the middle of this pack, back up into contention. Here comes Mark Martin. It's a huge gap back to Scott Wimmer. He's driving away. Now behind us, we're 4 wide. Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, and Ricky Rudd. Ricky Rudd gets turned into the wall. Jeff Gordon spinning. Run into Kurt Busch, into the wall. They go back into Casey Mears. Mears sends the wall upside down. Goes to 41 of Casey Mears. And now we get a slow-mo replay of what just happened. Kurt Busch got turned into Ricky Rudd. Spins Jeff Gordon around. Big damage for Kurt Busch. Biffle gets a piece of Gordon. Then Rudd somehow smacks the outside wall. Then comes right back down the track. Clips Casey Mears, who gets bumped by Kenseth right back up to Ricky Rudd. Takes him out. Collects Kyle Petty. And Mears flips himself over. Does 1 barrel roll. Lands back on all 4 wheels. Is done for the day. And then Kyle Petty gets drilled by Jeremy Mayfield right there at the end of that incident. Now we're going to go on board the train with Ricky Rudd, the Ford Motorcraft onboard camera. It's a lot of bad luck there. Just got stuck in a bad situation. Got turned from someone from behind him there. Just unlucky. Now we're going to go with the DuPont onboard camera with Jeff Gordon, who had one of the fastest cars all night long, gets involved. Right there, I think when Jeff Gordon got clipped by Kyle Petty, that's what really did a significant amount of damage to Jeff Gordon's back bumper right there. That could be big in how he continues the rest of this race. Now we're going to go to the Target onboard camera, the 41 of Casey Mears, who's having a pretty good run, but that has all come to an end now. See right there, he goes over once and lands back on all 4 wheels, but it's totally done for the night. And then we go brawny onboard camera now with the 45 of Kyle Petty. This is just bad luck for him. Wrong place, wrong time, gets him involved. That hit right there, Jeremy Mayfield's going to knock both Mayfield and Petty out of the race. That hard hit right there. Now we go to the Dodge dealers on board with Jeremy Mayfield. And let's watch how unlucky he is in this race today of getting involved in his second incident, this one being his final one. right there. Gets clipped by Kyle Petty. Knocks them both out for the night. They are done. Now we go to Sharpie onboard camera with Kurt Busch, who got a little bit of damage from Ricky Rudd, but pretty much got through this thing mostly scot-free. Big damage there to the hood of that car. As you see them wrecking behind us. Mirrors right there going up and over as they crash off into turn 2, bringing out the yellow flag once again here in Homestead. Of course, you only have 2 championship contenders left, Earnhardt and McMurray. Earnhardt the only one in the lead lap, so Earnhardt's pretty much in cruise control unless he gets involved in an incident or McMurray gets back on the lead lap for this title. And just see right there, Jeff Gordon just squeezed Kurt Busch right there. That got him into Ricky Rudd. That's what started this. Gordon has pinched him down just a little bit too much. And that's what started this 5, 6, 7 car incident off into turn 2 here at Homestead that takes out a ton of race cars at the back end of the pack and damages one of the favorites in Jeff Gordon. So back at the front of the field, it is Mark Martin leading the pack here at Homestead. And now we get back underway here on lap 160. Now just 6 to go in stage 2. Martin, Wimmer, Edwards, Vickers, Earnhardt the top 5 as we get back underway. Down to 32 cars in the race. Mears, Petty, Kane, Kenny Wallace, Mayfield, Johnson, Newman, all out, among others. Of course, sad for the championship contenders that Johnson and Newman didn't really have a chance to fight out in the final stage, but we're not even done with stage 2 yet. But at the front, Mark Martin leading his Roush teammate Carl Edwards. How about Dale Earnhardt Jr. going 3 wide in the middle for 3rd place, driving the race of his life right now to get this championship. He wants to win the race too. He wants to get both trophies. Now he's going to Carl Edwards for 2nd. Here comes Dale Jr. trying to complete the story and become a champion, just like his father did 7 times in his career. Now we're 3 wide for 2nd. Edwards in the top, Earnhardt middle, Tony Stewart on the bottom, charging back up, trying to get back to his stage 2 victory. Really get back-to-back runner-up stage finishes. Junior clear for 2nd. Now sets in sight on the veteran Mark Martin in the 6th, who had a really strong season until the playoffs started, and he collapsed. So now Martin leads the way. Earnhardt Jr. in 2nd, hunting him down through 1 and 2, right to the inside lane. A beautiful move right there by Dale Jr. Gets his nose to the inside of Mark Martin. Down the backstretch, here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. as he takes the lead away from Mark Martin into turns 3 and 4. The crowd is losing their minds. They are cheering, hollering. They are going wild as Redneck Jesus has taken the lead. Earnhardt Jr. to the lead here at Homestead Miami Speedway with 4 laps to go in stage 2. Now on the last lap of stage 2, Jr. still in the lead, but now he's got Tony Stewart, who's on the same tires as him and probably has a faster car in 2nd, hunting him down. Stewart trying to get a stage win here, or he'll have back-to-back 2nd place stage finishes. Earnhardt now driving away with the stage win down the backstretch for the final time in stage 2. He has a rocket ship of a race car. And now with Jimmy Johnson now has pretty much no competition since McMurray's a lap down, and through 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 2. Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins stage 2 at Homestead Miami, 1 stage away from becoming a champion. Stewart 2nd, Martin 3rd, Gone in 4th. Then Rusty Wallace, Carl Edwards, Bobby Labonte, Brian Vickers, Scott Wimmer, and Scott Riggs the top 10 in stage 2. And now, in the final stage, back underway, 97 laps to go here. Tony Stewart clears Earnhardt for the lead off into turn 1 and 2, as Tony Stewart now tries to drive away with the race lead and put himself in a great spot to win this race. Dale Jr. lurking behind him in 2nd, has the championship pretty much secure here, unless things really get wild and Jamie McMurray somehow gets back on the lead lap and passes Dale Jr. But these are clearly, it looks like the 2 fastest cars on the track right now are Stewart and Earnhardt Jr. They are 1-2 and driving away from the rest of the pack. Since, of course, Jeff Gordon had that damage from that crash, his car hasn't been the same since. Stewart leading on. Here comes Dale Jr. the inside of Tony Stewart. Earnhardt looking for the lead here at Homestead Miami Speedway. The inside of Tony Stewart down the backstretch. Like I said earlier, he's having the race of his life right now. He probably has the fastest car DEI has ever brought him at a 1.5-mile racetrack here as he leads the way at Homestead Miami over Tony Stewart. They're going to be side by side next to the 4. What a battle for the lead. Earnhardt and Stewart. Who is it going to be? And victory lane today is Stewart takes the advantage off into turn 1. And now 68 laps to go. 30 laps later, Stewart still in the lead, but now here comes Dale Jr. on the inside through lap traffic. Jr. now is about to negotiate the 0 of Mike Bliss down the backstretch. Stewart gets blocked by Bliss. Earnhardt goes by. Jr. back to the lead here in Homestead. An incredible battle he's had with Tony Stewart his last 30 laps, and it continues as Earnhardt takes the lead, but now Tony Stewart going to try to chase him down here, coming to 66 laps to go. And now here we are, just 37 laps to go. Stewart takes the lead back from Dale Jr. as they put Carl Edwards 1 lap down. And Edwards right there was running in 8th place, has now gone a lap down. Stewart now ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the race lead. Jamie McMurray is a lap down. He's driven his way back up into 12th, I believe. As a Stewart in the lead, Earnhardt second with 37 to go. Now on to just 18 to go. It is still Stewart in the lead. Dale Jr. right on his back bumper. An incredible battle in this final stage these two have been going on. It's been green the whole way. These two back and forth the race lead. Jr. going the inside of Tony Stewart through the lap traffic now of Sadler, Kenseth, and Schrader. Who can negotiate it best? Stewart trying to dive low underneath Matt Kenseth. Couldn't quite do it. Now Stewart goes the middle. Jr. stays bottom following Matt Kenseth through turn 1 and 2. Fighting for every position on the racetrack. Stewart through the middle of the racetrack. 3 wide move. Gets clear of the lap traffic as we start driving away at the race lead over Earnhardt with 17 laps to go. And now just 3 to go here in Homestead for Tony Stewart to win the race and Dale Jr. to win the championship. As they work their way through 1 and 2 here, Jamie McMurray has driven his way all the way up to 9th. He has one of the fastest lap cars, and it's one of the fastest cars on the track, period. But because he's a lap down, he's not going to have a shot at getting by Dale Jr. As you see, look at Jamie McMurray right now, scored in 9th place. An incredible recovery, because at one point in stage 2, he was 26th, the only car a lap down, and now he's driven himself all the way up to 9th place. An incredible recovery for him, but still going to come up short for the championship as Stewart leads the way with just 2 laps to go. Earnhardt Jr. 2 laps away from becoming a champion. And now Tony Stewart puts Jeff Gordon another lap down as he got damaged. Hasn't been the same since. And Stewart will take the white flag. Final lap on Credit One Bank at Homestead in the lead, looking to get a second win of the season. And Dale Jr. now 1 lap away from becoming the 2004 Nextel Cup Series champion. As Tony Stewart down the backstretch for the final time. He's going to get his 4th win at Homestead Miami Speedway since its inception back in the late 90s. Stewart has been unbelievable today. He outdrove Dale Jr. in the final stage, and Tony Stewart wins at Homestead Miami Speedway, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. completes the story. He's your 2004 Nextel Cup Series champion, joining his father in the history books as Cup Series champions. Now here comes Mark Martin, 14.7 seconds back to finish in 3rd. Rusty Wallace 4th, Biffle 5th. The last car in the lead lap is Bobby Labonte in the 18, who will come home in 6th place. 26 seconds behind the leader, Scott Wimmer, Carl Edwards, Jamie McMurray, and Scott Riggs the top 10. As Tony Stewart gets a 2nd win of the season, he'll end up 5th in the final point standings. And Dale Jr. is a NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion. He has done it. He has completed the Earnhardt family story. He and his father are now both champions. I'm enjoying the legendary father-son combos like Lee and Richard Petty, the Allisons. So here's your final race results on the side of your screen. And we'll see up to the playoff grid in a few minutes. Dale Earnhardt Jr. completes the story. He's your 2004 Nextel Cup Series champion, joining his father in the history books as Cup Series champions. And so Dale Earnhardt Jr. completes the Earnhardt family story. He's your 2004 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion with a 3-win season and a runner-up finish after the run of his life in the championship race. Is finally a Cup Series champion. Now your final season standings for 2004. Dale Jr. the champion. Jamie McMurray, an incredible season, second in points, career best finish. Great job for him. He's going to be a star in the future. Jimmy Johnson comes home in third after an incredible year being the regular season champion, 4 wins. He has a bright future. And then Ryan Newman, second straight season, comes up short in the championship race after winning 4 races. He can't seem to get it done in the big moments. And then Tony Stewart, 5th, Jeff Gordon, 6th. The two that are the best of the eliminated playoff drivers. They were incredible in that final race at Homestead. Then Mark Martin, Kurt Busch around the top 8. Then Rusty Wallace and Casey Kane, the rookie, finishes 10th in points in his rookie year. Incredible stuff from Casey Kane. One of the best rookie seasons we've seen in a long time. Then Biffle, Mayfield, and Sadler, 2 guys who won a lot of races, 12th and 13th in points. Casey Mears, Brian Vickers, and 2003 champion Kevin Harvick. A late season collapse relegates him to 16th in the final points standings. Then the best of the rest goes to Bobby Labonte, the best driver who did not make the playoffs, finishes 17th in the points. Joe Nemechek, 18th. Dale Jarrett won a race, but was the first winner out in 19th. Ricky Rudd runs to your top 20 in points. And Matt Kenseth, another winless season. That's 2 straight seasons winless. Comes home 21st in points. Then Robbie Gordon, Terry Labonte, Brendan Gaughan, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Terry Labonte goes winless for the first time in a few seasons. Disappointing for him. Michael Waltrip comes home 25th after he had in the final point standings after back-to-back 2-win seasons. Not a great points finish for him. Scott Riggs, Ward, both Burtons, 27th, 28th. Sterling Marlin, Kyle Petty on the top 30 in points. Sterling Marlin, a huge fall off. Each of the last 2 seasons has fallen off tremendously from where he was in 2002. Then Ken Schrader, 31st, and the rookie Scott Wimmer, 32nd in the final point standings. That's pretty much the end of the full-time drivers. We have maybe 1 or 2 on the next slide. Final point standings. We have Jeff Green coming home 33rd in the final point standings, and Johnny Sauter ran part-time. He was 34th, as did Carl Edwards, who from the end of the season had a lot of great runs, including a top 10 finish in the season finale. He comes home 35th in points, but for the limited amount of races he did, that's impressive. Then Ricky Craven, a disappointing 36th after he got booted from his seat in favor of Bobby Hamilton Jr., who comes home 39th in points. Kevin LePage, 37th. Roller skater boy Morgan Shepherd, 38th. Jimmy Spencer runs on the top 40 in points, and Hermie Sadler, 41st. Tony Raines, 42nd. John Andretti, 43rd. Todd Bodine, 44th. Mike Bliss, 45th, your Southern 500 winner, shockingly enough. Johnny Benson Jr., 46th, because he wasn't full-time, Kenny Wallace, wasn't full-time either. He comes home 47th, and Dave Blaney, 48th. So that's just, everyone else is really limited amount of starts. Can't really tell from everything else. So we'll cut it off here. Found 48 point standings. So Dale Jr., 2004 Nextel Cup Series champion, completes his family story. And until next season, I hope you all have a good one.